Hi, my name is Leah Carver, and these are your 5 biohacks that you can use with symptoms of Hashimoto's. So often when we have Hashimoto's, we find that the most difficult thing is not necessarily the disease, but the symptoms of the disease. So when you're plagued with exhaustion, pain, sinus congestion, all these things, it's very difficult for us to make good choices, to make good dietary choices, lifestyle choices. And so we find ourselves in this kind of hamster wheel. And these 5 hacks are something that worked very well for me in my own life and managing my own symptoms of Hashis, and also for my clients. So I think that you'll get a lot of benefit out of them if you do them. So the first hack is for fatigue. And fatigue is one of the most difficult symptoms, I think, of Hashimoto's, because when you're exhausted, it's very difficult to do anything, to make any changes. You're just trying to get by. And so the first thing we need to do is deal with that fatigue. It's a very, very simple hack because you're exhausted. So the first hack is just to run a neutral temperature bath, 97, 98 degrees. It takes getting used to. We're used to taking hot baths, but heat actually makes us more tired, and so we don't want to do that. But we do want to take the bath, neutral temperature, add Epsom salts, add essential oils, throw a little coconut oil in there too if you want. Avoid anything that's got fragrance or perfume in it, making sure that it's just elements that will nourish your body. Soak in the tub for at least 20 minutes. You can stay longer if you choose. This bath is going to help to relax the nervous system. The neutral temperature speaks directly to the nervous system. Also, Epsom salts are very high in magnesium, which is great for the nervous system. And so by working to support the nervous system, we actually create less fatigue in the body. We help to really work by giving our bodies exactly what it needs when we're exhausted, as opposed to pushing through and continuing on. We give ourselves the opportunity to relax. If you want to take a nap afterwards, that would be ideal. The second hack is for congestion in the head. So much of the time I dealt with migraines, with just feeling foggy-headed, with feeling like there was pressure in my head, and this was one of my favorite hacks for that. It's called ice socks, and it's very, very simple. You just take a pair of cotton socks and put them in a bowl of ice cold water. Wring them out, put them on the feet, and then cover with your wool socks. You can climb into bed overnight with these socks on, or you can just lay down for about 45 minutes, relax and enjoy. The idea is that the cold socks are going to help to draw congestion away from the most congested area of the body. By heating up the cold socks, the blood actually draws down towards the feet and away from the head. So it really is a great way to get a flushing of the blood, which also brings with it not oxygen, nutrients. It takes away any of the toxins from the area. So it's a good thing to get the blood moving. The third hack is for dry skin. And my hack for dry skin is body brushing. Body brushing can help the skin because it is an exfoliant, but really it's so much more than that. It works to move inflammation that's resting, that's sitting underneath the skin away from the area. And as we move this inflammation away from the area, it allows a fresh supply of all of the things that the cells need to be healthy to come in. And so by brushing, we work to increase this lymphatic system. It's also great for the nervous system because the skin is part of the nervous system. And so by using body brushing, we have this threefold effect. The fourth hack is for joint pain. I can remember days where I just was in agonizing joint pain in the mornings, and I would literally kind of crawl to a bath. This time I would run the bath a little bit hotter. I would climb into the bath for about 10 minutes. Again, Epsom salts, essential oils, coconut oil, and soak for those 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, I'd turn on the cold tap, and I'd put the joints, my hands, my feet, whatever was really bothering me that day, underneath the cold water for at least 30 seconds, and let the cold water just rush over those areas. If you don't have a bath for some reason, I would recommend doing this in the shower. So you can take a nice warm shower and then turning the shower on cold for about 30 seconds. And just like you do in the bath, go back to warm, soak in the tub, or go back to the warm shower. And then again, do about 45 seconds of cold fusions. And if you want to do it a third time, you go back to the warm until you were warm again. And then the last time it would be a minute of cold. And so just working through this allows you to treat your joints with this contrast therapy so that you can move some of the inflammation away from the joints and get some nice nourishment into them. The last hack is for insomnia. And so if you're struggling with insomnia, one of the worst things that I found when I was going through a period of not being able to sleep at night is that I would wake up in the middle of the night and my mind would be running a mile a minute. And I would be laying there and my problems, anything I could find to worry about was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was moving further away from where I wanted to go, which was sleep, and moving into the parasympathetic nervous system. And I was moving more towards sympathetic nervous system stress response. And so when I instituted a practice, like a breath practice, during this time, I found that I was able to stay in more of a parasympathetic state and eventually fall back asleep. It's a very simple practice because you don't want to have to get up to do anything. You don't want to have to turn anything on. You don't want any lights if you can avoid them. And so this practice is it's just a breath practice. And so while you're laying in bed, just begin to bring the mind to the breath. As you inhale, count the length of your inhale, possibly to the count of 4, maybe 5. And as you exhale, match your exhale to that inhale. So you inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And as you lay there, just see if you can relax as much as possible on the exhale, letting go of any stress or worry. And on the inhale, just breathing in more light, comfort, and ease. On the exhale, still following this count, relaxing anything that you can relax, letting go of any tension, anxiety, or fear. And just going through this practice, inhaling and exhaling, letting the breath become more and more smooth, more and more refined as you lay there. Relaxing your mind, relaxing your body, and having this state of parasympathetic. So parasympathetic is our relaxation state. It's where our body heals itself. And it's really important that we give ourselves the opportunity to switch into parasympathetic mode and out of sympathetic mode. This is a great technique for insomnia at night, but also if you're feeling really stressed during the day. Just to move out of that stress response and into a more calm place can be incredibly helpful. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 biohacks. I'd love to share more information with you. You can check out my coaching program called Undoing. It's an 8-week program and it's based on my book, Undoing Hashimoto's. Let me know if you have any questions.